Thank you very much, Matty. Yes, so a few people have been in touch on bunts-related themes this week, and I've managed to, I think it was Ted Barrett who suggested this one. So bunts has been on fine form. It turns out that the clips that we usually play aren't prime bunts. There's a few others here, so let's get stuck in for the Bellew of the Week, episode 414, with a bit more bunty.
A Solly Surly on, who'll say that's the best action we've seen in that ring all night so far.
Yeah, the mad thing is, we were talking about Samuel Peter, a guy who started his career in Kazakhstan and fought in Chile and fought his way very slowly against a whole list of obscure fighters. You know, a great Christian guy, 4 kids, sends loads of money back to Nigeria, a real hard-working guy that's got there and made his money. And then we switch over to those 5 and they're singing, I want to be famous. When I grow up, I want to be famous. I just don't find them funny.
I don't think that's the point, Steve Bunce. I don't suppose it's there for comedy value.
You saw that ring entrance tonight. You saw what the Germans do. Just think now, what's flooding out now? I know we've got to go to a break. Flooding out now, not onto the streets of Berlin, into an enormous tent pitched somewhere near the arena where people have paid €100 or more. There'll be about 5, 6, 7,000 people partying. Pussycat Girls over here singing, another band over there.
Pussycat Dolls, Steve. Pussycat Dolls. You're not down with
the
kids.
But they are girls, aren't they? You know what I'm saying? Although the one at the end did look a bit like a tranny, but that's not here nor there, Andy.
Steve Bunce, we found something you don't know about. Boxing, you're there. Football, you're there. Pussycat Dolls, it's not happened. I tell you what, we are excited about heavyweight boxing. Once again, thanks to this man, Vitaly Klitschko.
Looks like a tranny.
What the fuck, man?
I forgot about that one.
I remember that. Yeah, you guys are getting better on free speech than we are, man. There ain't no way we'd had a job fucking 2 hours ago.
We're in Scotland anymore. We've got our free speech taken away from us during the week there, so I'm not to speak very much now.
No knife. Well, they took away your knives and your speech. I mean, if you can't run your mouth, you don't need the fucking knife anyway.
It's no, that was back in the good old days of Satanta, which was the Wild West, where you could say shit like that freely. But no, actually, it's interesting, the free speech one. We'll come to it, I'm sure, in Bellew of the Week. But anyway, yeah, go ahead, proceed, Maddie or Steve. Sorry.
Thank you, Robert. First nomination here, Andy Jones coming in for Amir Khan. Finally got my COVID vaccine. Feel fantastic. Hashtag stay safe. Hashtag thank you, says Amir. Ben Elliott says, surprised this jab didn't knock you out like many others did. Old Amir. Again, it rough there. Ted Barrett nominated the diva, Gary Colley, talking about him earlier, for this interesting get-up that he came into the ring. Also, Ted, I didn't see it, but apparently friend of the pod, Isaac Lowe, hashtag bad noi for life, said that he misses the crowd. They're like the 11th man in the ring. I didn't hear that one, but thanks to Ted for a couple of nominations. Here's one that might get you going, Matty. BoxingScene.com. Bob Arum to angry fans demanding Fury versus Joshua deal. Go fuck yourself. Find a life, says Bob Arum. Bryce seems pretty happy.
That's a front runner for me. That's a front runner for me.
I think that Bob has developed too much of a tolerance to weed, man, because it ain't fucking working too well anymore. He's fit to be tied.
I fucking love that Bob Arum answered them the same way I do when Steve says there's a complaint from the listener. I'm like, fuck them. Tell them to get a fucking life. Fuck off and leave us alone. Come on, Bob Arum.
Hashtag fuck the listeners. Michelle Joy Phelps and Bryce have been going toe-to-toe here about claims over Marvellous Marvin Hagler's death. I think we'll leave that one to one side. Here we are, Andy. Title watch. Ebony Bridges won the vacant Australian National Boxing Federation Australasian Female Super Bantamweight title. Can't understand why this is vacant.
Mate, I dare you to try that after fucking 2 bottles of wine and 5 swidgers, by the way, because you ain't trying that shit, man. That is I mean, that's at least a full house and Scrabble, that one, by the way. It's got to
How do they fit it on the belt? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. How can they fit it in box ring, man?
That big belt from a couple of weeks back.
I'm just amazed that that's 9 monosyllabic. That's my 9 polysyllabic words that I can spell. That's fucking rare.
Get on board. Ebony's got the belt anyway. McKenna says, I'm on the Groat train with you now, Steve. Of course you are, sir. Caught you. I'll tell you what, everybody's going to be on the Groat train now. Evening, Eddie. The Groat herself said, I hate being disrespected by a silver spoon fed-ass person. Eddie Hearn has never laced up a pair of gloves nor been in a fight to say that a 2 times undisputed champion, 3 times world division champion, 2 times Olympic gold medalist would get stopped. Clown. Clarissa going in on Eddie there. We can get on board with that, Rob.
That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Silver spoon, fed ass Eddie Hearn. The quote there, top drawer.
Team Quote. Here we are, Andy. Joe Thackeray, Eddie Hearn, 41 years of age.
41. That is 2. Edward.
That's the face of a 41-year-old silver spoon-fed ass there, Andy.
Yeah, that's a guy with hair plugs and all that type of stuff. Even Ed.
The fed ass part is right anyway, but it looks.
This
oh
is
yes.
quality.
Bit of back and forward here between Javonta Davis and Regis Prograis. Box Hard Podcast nominated it for them. The video was a video in itself. I didn't actually cut this one, unfortunately, but Javonta Davis went in on Regis. He said, I will beat the shit out of this bum-ass nigger. And then Rujaroo says, Lil boy, don't mention my fucking name if you don't want no smoke. I ain't for this back and forth shit. I'm ready to wreck something. Let's get it popping, yo big sister ducking me. So I guess he sent yo flock ass. So I'ma fuck you up. And he ain't gonna have no choice but to come see me. I don't know what's going on here. Then Rob would say, is Davis not a bit too small?
Did you see the video that was sent with him fucking dancing in the kitchen?
Oh right.
Should have cut it, shouldn't I, really?
I've got the link here if you can try and get it on there if you want.
Don't think I'll be able to cut it now, but I'll try and get it for next week if we can. Motor City Cobra has nominated Eddie Hearn as a fight fan. This is probably one of the greatest fights I've ever made, says Eddie. Also in the same category, possibly, as Shannon Courtney. Shannon Courtney, Ebony Bridges, Andy, just before we move on. Apparently that's a WBA regular title or something.
Oh, mate, I've seen Aussie having a bit of ding-dong back and forth with this. It's for the Panamanian bantamweight title, by the way, just for anybody that knows. So, this is what I'm saying. So we've got a guy here on Twitter basically whining that, like, basically talking about, what was he saying to me here? Give me a second, sorry, mate. He's just saying here, why would they fight for a Commonwealth title, for example, when you get a world title fight? Well, as we say about the men and that, fighting for the British, Commonwealth, European was you serving your apprenticeship before you get to world title level. The talent pool is so little in women's boxing, they can bypass that. And the Commonwealth belt was only created for women like 2018. Mm-hmm. The British title, women didn't even get to fucking fight for that belt until recently as well. Jane Couch.
Some of them, there's only like 2 or 3 in the weight class.
So how can they fight for these belts and that? But then at the same time, then they get world title fights. So are they prepared for it? I mean, Shannon Courtney, I can't mention. I know she won her last fight, but she got fucking beaten a one before that. Is she deserving a world title? Probably no, considering like the records and stuff like that. Is Ebony Bridges? Were there? I've never seen her fight, but how many fights has she had? 4, 5, 6? I don't know.
But this is the thing, though. The talent pool's that small, and the ability of these fighters, it's personality that's driving these ladies to the top at the moment. You can't really blame them for taking advantage, but you've got girls like Courtney against Bridges, which is effectively, a Commonwealth, maybe an area level type of title fight. I'm not really meaning to be disrespectful.
Lomachenko did it in his second fight.
Well,
sexist pigs.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but they're effectively fighting area level, Commonwealth level, but it's for a world title because the talent pool's so shallow. Some of them only have 40, 50 people in a division. Heavyweights, they've got 50-year-olds in the top 10, like Gwendolyn O'Neill. So that's what you're dealing with.
It's just a sad state of affairs. I've seen it before.
Hold on. There's women fighting.
It's going to take a couple of generations for I've said it before. It's going to take a couple of generations for the talent pool to pick up, and obviously women to take up boxing and that as well. We'll wait and see how it. Well, I mentioned it last week. Shannon Courtney is like a bantamweight, and she's sparring like middleweights because she can't get opponents to fucking spar weight or train weight and stuff. She's got to train with the men because there's no like all women gyms for boxers and stuff like that. So women are kind of like scattered over. So you got Natasha Jonas for Liverpool. Terry Harper, in red, aye.
Speaking of bunts earlier, the good old days, you can't really say how you really want these fights to end anymore because you get in trouble when you want to. What your ideal outcome is if Jessica McCaskill and Jonas come together. Clinches from the past. Sorry, Andy, go ahead, dude.
Nomination for Porky. Slack the Planet has nominated the Porkster himself for wasting 2 hours and smashing up a computer keyboard because he had the caps lock turned on. I think we've...
Oh, no way. I need to see this video. I need to see it, so Slack the Planet. I'm going to fucking go and check that. Hey, Porky's never messaged me for a... Hey, Porky, how you doing? You never messaged me in a while, mate.
Andy, calling for a message there.
Dominic send him nudes, you perv.
Dominic Henry nominating Ben Lover. Ben got drawn in by the Billy Joe Saunders bullshit, pretending that the fight was off. Here's a good one. Tom Cray's putting up. Shout out to Patreon extraordinaire Daniel Adams. Daniel Adams _81 for nominating this one. It was Ashton Pope after Ebony Bridges' fantastic win over Carol. I can't remember her surname. Ashton Pope said, "And the new, well done. Now then, how about you and Shannon get it on in the summer? Eddie needs to act now. Us fans would love to see it. Get the Commonwealth belt thrown in, and it would headline the O2. Roll on, happy days."
I'm telling you, by the way, this fight will happen in the UK, I imagine. Can you imagine Ebony Bridges turning on like she did there during the week? Eddie Hearn would have a fucking cornea, by the way. He would just drop the Gareth A. Davis and stuff like that. He nipped to the toilet for fucking 2 minutes. You know? This will be outrageous, man. You'll have Shannon Courtney, the shiny wee watch, and having to change it to different wrists to get the fucking promo done and stuff like that. She'll be pouting for the cameras, cooking him with everybody's bent legs and stuff like that. Oh, it'll be amazing. Can't wait for the banter of this one. Like
banter, exactly. I don't know if you guys discussed this at the top of the show or not. No. Joseph Parker, nomination for Dave Higgins. Parker's been up to. We don't really know what Parker's been up to. It sounds pretty ominous, the evidence, but he's not in any trouble at the moment. His career's been derailed for a couple of years, but I don't know what Joseph Parker's washing a few quid through. We'll move on from that one, I think. David Almond, boxingscene.com. Oh God, this is the fight everybody wants to see. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is returning to the ring to fight Hector Camacho Jr. on June the 19th on pay-per-view. Tribute to the Kings, Rob.
Be better if it was Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That I'd pay to watch.
Do you think that Senior is fighting to pay off Junior's drug debt?
I don't think he's going to get enough money from a fight with fucking Hector Camacho Jr. to pay off that.
Okay, Joe Kennedy has nominated Raging Babe. She said, "If I'm Fury, I'd fight Wilder next. The perfect warm-up and busy fight before Anthony Joshua." I say that respectfully. The fight with Joshua is a mega fight. Neither should I go into that fight cold, but he might go in that fight knocked out cold. Raging Babe, no wonder she's a failed promoter, saying, "If I'm Fury, I'd fight Wilder next. The perfect warm-up and busy fight before Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder, the person who knocks people unconscious." Am I missing something here, Andy?
I don't know, maybe I've got an interesting comment about the failed promoter. What's happened here?
I don't know. I'm assuming she tried the promotional game. Now she's big on Twitter. I could have been harsh on the old Raging Babe there, but I mean, come on.
Possibly. But yeah, it's a weird one, actually. I mean, everybody fucking... Well, Wilder's done. Washed. No washed, but at this point, anyway...
fuck yourself. Don't you talk about him that way.
At this point, anyway, he's good as done. Right? At this point, he had no fight. He's no. It seems to be his biggest fight now is a courtroom trying to get a third fight on the contract with Fury. Look, dude,
just bomb squad for life.
He's
get in line.
He's not pursuing that. That's a load of bullshit. That is a load of
line.
waffle.
I mean, I seen a picture of him during the week. He's sitting there, canned a bottle of wine, and sitting there with a fully loaded Glock 7 sitting on his table. Who does that?
Sounds like Dave the Hater Low back when he used to come on the post-fight pods.
It's not like if you break into Deontay Wilder's house, he needs to shoot you.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean?
One shot, man, you're gone. Fucking jaw ripped right off you.
Why are you guys so afraid of guns over there? We literally do sometimes just sit around with our guns on our table.
Let's tell you something. Controversial take. Charlie Zelenoff put up a better performance than Dominic Breazeale against Wilder.
A nomination for Raging Babe. Maybe I was a little bit harsh with her. Last week, we saw Ian Dark going in on Frank Warren. Ricky Gravel has sent me the clip, so I have dutifully cut it for you all to have a laugh. This is what Bean should be doing these days, everybody. Sit back and enjoy.
Well, let's bring in Frank Warren here, who's saying off microphone there was nothing wrong with that opponent. Explain.
Exactly. He said about him in the first round, he called him a lot of shots and took the fight out of him straight away. Amaral has been a good fighter.
This is Torres, you mean?
Sorry, Torres has been a good fighter. 46 fights, lost 2, was ranked #1 in the world, and he's ranked by every organisation.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been ranked #1 in the world. We saw him in Milan, Frank. He should not have been ranked #1 in the world by the WBA. You know that, and I know it.
Not by the WBO, it's by the WBA.
WBA.
And he's ranked by all the organisations in their top 20s or top 12s. Every organisation has him ranked.
Well, he didn't look as if he should have been, frankly.
Well, you're saying that Joe, the opponent that Joe had in front of him tonight was no good.
I don't think he was a particularly great fighter. I'm not criticising Joe's performance. He's done the job, but I don't think that Luciano Torres is going to enter any Hall of Fame.
I'm not saying he is, but Joe Calzaghe's the type of opponent he needed at the time, and he took the fight out in the first round. I think you're too critical, and I think that's the problem you got with him, Ian. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. It's saying with Nassim Hamid, all the doubters in the early days, and then he produced the goods at the end. And I think you're doing the same thing again. You are taking away what the boy did in the ring. He did all he could do, all that was asked him. Quality fight. It's a shame the referee stops it prematurely.
Frank, let's come in here. No criticism intended at all of Joe Calzaghe. He's done the job, and he would have stopped the guy probably in another round. I think there is a bit of a question mark about the opponent. Let's move on from that. When is Joe then going to have the big acid test, meaningful fight? I mean, you've been talking about him fighting Steve Collins. Is that going to happen this year?
That will happen this year, and there's not a question mark about the opponent. I don't agree with you. The opponent was ranked. He did what he had to do. You can't do no more than that. What do you want? I mean, what do you want to see? You want to see him have a 12-round war or something, and then you'll be satisfied? It won't happen because they can't take the power. They can't take the hand speed. He's done well at this level. He will be stepped up another level. He will fight for a world title. It will happen this year, and I don't agree with what you're saying here.
Okay, you and I are going to have to disagree about the quality of the opponent there. Let's bring in Joe again here. Joe, what happens when you fight Steve Collins?
Simple. I think I'm going to knock him out, and I'm genuinely honest to God, I'm going to knock him out without a doubt.
No one's ever done it yet. No one's ever stopped
I'm
him.
going to do it. I'm a different class. I told you I'm 70%. I'm 70% so far. When I fight the world title, they're going to see what Joe Calzaghe is all about. I'm faster, I punch harder, I'm younger, I'm fitter. There's no way you can beat me. No way. No way anybody's going to beat me.
He was right
He was
there,
right
Joe.
about the last bit, but Frank failed to deliver.
Rob's raging.
Kiss the fucking muscles.
Give me some lines, baby.
I give him his due. He's a great fighter. He's great. He just the B-Hop one particularly irked me because I love B-Hop so much. But Calzaghe was a great fighter. I'm not going to take away from
that's what we need. Guys like Dark, guys who
exactly
put it on them straight away. Because, well, I don't know, you guys, you've read the articles back in the day and stuff like that. Fucking promoters, managers hated journalists walking in the gym because they knew they were going to get... Yeah, they hated it because they knew they were going to get asked a different question that they want to fucking answer. That's what Dart done. And nowadays it's all kiss-ass crew and that. Let's all join the banter and let's get on the fucking bus and let's ride it for alimony, pony and all that type of stuff and that. Proper journalism, proper questions. That's what you want.
You're right, because Frank Warren is referencing people didn't give Hamid his... They didn't. Because he beat a fucking postman on 24 hours notice to win his world title, so there was rightly question marks about Nassim Hamid in the early days. He looked great at fighting Dross for a big part of his early career. Now Frank was right, he did produce the goods, and Calzaghe did produce the goods. But boxing writers back in the day weren't looking for clout, as the young people call it. You know, they don't want their fucking IFL video. They don't want
access.
They don't want access. They don't want to be friends with the fucking fighters. They want to call it as it is, or they used to want to call it as it is. Nowadays, that's diluted, and that's why we're so popular. And like some of the guys like Tyan Booth who shoot from the hip, who's getting like £50 donations in his fucking super chat, well, we're fucking on 3 hours late here with zilch in the fucking account for this kind of content. Nothing, nada. So,
well, Rob, you're saying 199 these days. You can put that in.
We're the bootleggy and Dark here, Rob.
Well, Rob, you're saying 199 with your fire stick now.
yeah, exactly.
Rob comes in with clout, as the young people say. Oh, when I was a young man, I used to be able to go to the store and buy a soda pop.
Hey, he remembers Hagler fights. Have a bit of respect.
I met the man when he was but a wee lad.
Actually, shout out to my mate Deco Corcoran, a real character from the right smack bang in the middle of Dublin in the flats. But he put up a picture on his Insta tonight of him meeting Marvin Hagler when he was about 10. Absolutely unbelievable. He paid a visit to a boxing club in Dublin, so slightly jealous of that one for the man Deco and Marvellous Marvin.
Shout out to Deco. And the only thing we can say about journalism today, I suppose this sums it up.
Bean! Would have been, could have been, should have been, never been. Baked bean, creepy bean, beanie. Rumpelstiltskin, we're on to you.
There we go. Old Porkster.
I wonder if Frank Warren ever sued Dart for that interview, by the way.
Calzaghe's not beating James Toney, by the way. Arlene Burley or whatever, Arlene Foster, whoever it is in the chat there, right?
What did they say?
At least Frank's around to sue people, though, Andy, I suppose.
Jade can't. You know what I'm saying?
I even feel bad for that. But...
Oh, Jesus Christ! You should have warned me about that one. Fucking hell! Jay Goody can't sue him. Oh, goody Christ!
Right,
I'm sweating after that.
See what I mean? Why does he give a fuck about being a best-selling author? Is this a dream of his that we didn't know about? He always fucking... Oh, as a young boy, I used to listen to a lot of Shakespeare and fucking that book about Huckleberry Finn. Whoever wrote that, he was a big inspiration. Robert Louis Stevenson. I want to go down with all the greats. Lawrence Coley. What the fuck is he talking about? I want to be a best-selling author. Who gives a shit about that? Like, fuck off with that.
But did you not see as well, Michael Thompson? He said, this year I aim to be a unified boxing champion and best-selling author.
Yeah, clearly has an editor then on that one. Steve, you didn't edit the book.
Steve Wellens is the man for that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give me a call, Lawrence. I'm here. Guru, Tommy Allen, formerly of this parish, now honorary director, has had a go for ring IQ boxing. Lack of IQ, I think. Bigger than Ali Frazier, because they never got 100 million each 50 years ago.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that one. Here's a good one for you, Andy, from Dan White. Bellew of the week, as mentioned. Lee McAllister fought in Ghana last Sunday. He fought for and won the Ghanaian national title. He was eligible as he has nationality due to charity work in the African nation. Also of note, Danny McIntosh was shown on the same card.
Was
after
he?
7 years out of the ring. There you go. I think he fought Bellew, didn't he?
He fought cleverly.
Steve Spartacus.
He fought cleverly, aye.
Ghanaian national, Lee McAllister.
Oh, I mean, that goes to all the Commonwealth belts that he won at lightweight and welterweight, and I didn't count him for a Ghanaian title. Like, I mean, he is obviously he's the blackest African I've ever seen before. You know, fucking hell, man.
That's messed up, man. Like giving this dude a chance to fight for the Ghanaian title. I mean, that's like letting Andy fucking get a Make-A-Wish because he's fucking bald like a cancer patient.
Lee McAllister, right, is so white. He's whiter than milk. He's pale blue, right? He stays in Aberdeen where it's fucking dark 12 hours of the day. It comes up sunshine for about 2 hours and it fucks off again. Right? And he's fighting for the Ghanaian title. He's the fucking whitest dude in Africa, man.
Imperialism continues, Andy. Imperialism continues.
Have you ever spoken
Rape
to
and
McAllister?
pillage.
Have
Rape
you ever
and
spoken
pillage.
to McAllister, Andy? I interviewed McAllister once years ago and I couldn't understand fucking word
mate.
he said.
See the sheep. The sheep are the hardest people to understand in your life, man. Honestly, they've got a language of their own. I remember listening to this. I got this phone call at work once for a person for Aberdeen, and it was just guttural. I had to actually go. Says, "Can you get me the phone number off this fucking phone call?" He's like, mate, you didn't want that phone number. Just let them call you back because you fucking understand that word, they fuckers. But mate, listen, the sheep are a different mentality, but different fucking accent altogether. Don't even bother talking to them, like. Plus, they hate us as well, so fuck them.
Fuck them indeed. I think that's all the ones that I have. Any from you, Matty?
Yeah, I posted this one on the Facebook page this week. Billy Joe Saunders tweeted on the morning of the 3rd, ruptured my scrotum.
I tell you what, man, he's trying too hard to kind of look like he's shape in that light.
Yes, and then our good friend Eddie had responded back, for fuck's sake, getting calls from media asking if at BJ Saunders has really torn his scrotum.
Oh, dearie me. Bite the pillow head. I'm going in dry.
Well, I have to again be thankful to Billy Joe for showing love to young Dublin rap artist Dubzino a few weeks back, but that doesn't make him exempt from criticism with my book. This shit that he's trying to pull is the worst patter of all time, man. All pictures of him running fat. If you think Billy Joe Saunders 8 weeks out from fighting Canelo is 200-pound weight, then I have a bridge I want to talk to you about. Sell it to you, because that's the greatest load of waffle I've ever heard. He's known he's had this fight for a long time and he's in shape. Don't fucking think that he's not. He might not go at 168 when he gets there, but he's going to be ready. Like that's.
And when you say the worst patter of all time, Bob, this is a pretty low bar from this particular character.
You're only missing a bit of prostitute talk in here, and then that's the full interview complete normally from Billy Joel, like, isn't it? He tweeted up a picture of a Chinese as well. Pull the fucking other one, man. Like, you're not fucking eating a fucking spice bag, getting ready to fight fucking Canelo. And he ripped the shreds, fucking close to the match. Give me a fucking break.
Then he trots up, fucking handing out bottles of water to nurses and stuff like that.
Just give me a fuck. Just get in and have the fucking fight. This mind game. Same with Fury this week. Oh, I might be drinking back 10 pints of Stella this week. I need the fight made. Blah blah blah. Give me fucking shut up. Oh, Sugar Hill's gone home. I'm not training anymore. Stop with this shit. Like, will you? We can see. Everyone can see through it. Like, it's not fucking real. Like, just get on with the fucking fights with your Chinese. Fuck off. Like.
Fuck off, Saunders. A few good ones this week, Andy. Gervonta Davis and Rougeau going in on each other. Any nominations from you?
I only got the one, mate. I meant to mention it last week, I think, but did anybody catch the video of Carl Frampton sitting in his car watching the two guys battle on Castle Street in Belfast?
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So I want to put that one up.
Yeah, mind the fucking car, boys.
Mind the fucking car, boys. But the fact is, there's an assault going out in the streets now. Just mind my fucking car. Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I'm wanting to nominate.
He was happy to be a ringside judge until they bumped the car. He was going to get out and flatten the two of them. Like.
Yeah, just again for that motherfucker. What do you call him again? The one that Tommy nominated. Guy,
that is Ring IQ Boxing.
Ring IQ Boxing. Jesus Christ, what is it? Like 0? I mean, is he even factoring inflation? There is. I will be fucking shocked beyond belief if either both of these guys get $100 million for this fight. That's what. Look, how is that possible? You need to put up major money. You're talking oligarch money for this fight, man. You're talking massive site fees, right? At this point, you would need a crowd definitely, but Vegas. I mean, Tyson's talking about fighting in Vegas and stuff like that, but you need a crowd for that type of fight. Man, Fury Wilder broke the Lewis Holyfield gate, I think it was, for the biggest grossing gate of all time for a heavyweight title fight in that. I just think 100 million without a massive gate is not going to happen. But I'm not an accountant, so we'll wait and see. So Carl Frampton's video, Joseph Parker, which I've been reading into that actually. That's just weird. It's totally fucked up.
Yeah.
I just wonder if he's allowed his mates to have access to his accounts. You know how you get fighters who actually get people to manage the social media accounts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's something like that, but. It's a fucked up situation, that one. And people say, look, it makes him look guilty because he wants his name out in the media. Well, fucking they wonder if you're innocent. Why you want that your name put through the fucking mud like that?
Exactly.
But my vote is going to go to Bob Arum for that comment about fuck off the fans and stuff like that. He's no good. He's on his no fucks given tour just now, Bob Arum. So he's.
I love the direct quote. Give him the direct quote against Steve. I would tell him to go fuck themselves and find a life.
Go fuck yourself, find a life, says Bob. Oh. He doesn't care. He's a man on the edge. Declan McCarthy says Isaac Lowe's armpit dreads makes it into Bellew of the week. I missed the Isaac Lowe fight, but I'll take your word for it. Any from you, Rob?
Yeah, well, I don't know if this is in good taste or not, but Sugar Ray Leonard just put up an Instagram post with a tribute to Hagler, obviously. But he said, we had the utmost respect for each other, and a picture of the two of them. Now, maybe that's true, but I saw a Facebook post earlier when someone talking about the new Marvin Hagler, and he said every time they mentioned Leonard, he just started grumbling under his breath about how much he fucking hated him. So, yeah, but no, nice touch from Leonard. I should be using that for Bellew of the week. But yeah, Bob Arum, I would. In fairness, the journalists fucking set him up for that, because fucking American journalists sometimes like, hey, Bob, what would you say to the fans who are anxiously waiting for this fight?
Yeah.
Tell them to go fuck them fucking selves.
Yeah, exactly.
As he dragged on his joint.
Yeah. Get a fucking life. Oh, brilliant. The Bob Father. Brilliant. It's about time the Bob Father's back among the best, by the way.
I think I'm going to go for him as well. I was siding with Ashton Pope talking about the Ebony Bridges, but I don't think we should give it to him. So it looks like the three of us have gone for the Bob Father. Your vote is academic, Matthew, but don't let that stop you from throwing it in anyway.
No, I think you have to give it to Marinating Bob.
Oh, that Gamboa fucking Lopez fight, man. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm still pissed it never happened,
Bellew of the Week winner then for episode 414 is you, Bob Arum.
Rumple fucking stilts.
But more a celebration of Bob Arum than a mockery of him, I think. Go and fuck yourselves, anyone who don't like us, and get in that fucking super chat. Bellew of the Week's nearly over, assholes. Go fuck yourselves and get a life.
Fuck the fans. Episode 414. I shall hand you back, Matty. Congratulations to Bob Arum. There we go.